Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. It is Monday morning. You are speaking with Adelaide Brown. Any of you that are listening in and maybe listening in on the replay, thank you so much for coming in this morning. I just wanted to get on quickly and encourage someone. I know that a lot of times we come into Mondays with a lot of apprehension. Hey, Auntie, good morning. Good morning, Rodney. How you doing? Where you coming in from? Good morning, Brown Sugar BBW. How you guys doing this morning? Happy Monday to everyone. I wanted to, good morning, beautiful. How you doing? You come from Alabama. Awesome. I'm here in Charleston, South Carolina. Thank you so much. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, everyone. Well, look, I thank you guys so much for coming in. And I know everyone is doing their thing, getting ready for today. But good morning, dear. I just really wanted to encourage you. A lot of times we go into Monday like, oh gosh, it's Monday. And I just want to say, if that's how you feel about Monday, then you really need to reevaluate what you're doing. You really need to consider Columbus, Georgia. Awesome, Brown Sugar. Well, thank you so much for coming into Heart Talk on my Heart Scope with me. I am Adelaide Brown. And I am a heart coach. I inspire and empower women to break through the glass ceilings in their lives and soar in their greatness. So I'm scoping this morning because I just felt on my heart that I really needed to encourage someone this morning. Thank you so much for the hearts. So I'm going to read a quick passage out of Isaiah chapter 54. Because I want you to be encouraged. For anybody that wants to believe with me this morning, I got a word for you this morning. It says, I'm starting at verse 1. It says, sing, O barren, that thou did not bear. Break forth into singing and cry aloud, that that did not travail with child. For more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife, saith the Lord. Enlarge the place of thy tent, and let them stretch forth the curtains of thy habitations. Spare not, lengthen thy cords, and strengthen thy stakes. For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles, and make the desolate cities to be inhabited. Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed. Okay, you done been down before. You have been through some things before. You might have lost some things. You might have been hurt before. But this is what it's saying. Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded. For thou shalt not be put to shame, for thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and shalt not remember the reproach of thy widowhood anymore. So what about you? You know, this passage is telling us to enlarge our tent. You may not have been able to conceive before. Your blessings, can you see me now? Okay. Your blessings may have seemed like they've been miscarried or aborted, or you could never conceive from the beginning. Things don't seem like they work out for you. Every time you're trying to do something, nothing will come together for you. But I just wanted to come and tell you this morning that God says enlarge your tent. He needs you to expand your expectations. No, your mouth. Is this better? Can you guys see me good? He needs you to enlarge your expectations. How did you come into this morning? Did you come into this morning with the attitude of gratitude, or did you wake up with complaints? Did you bring your burdens from yesterday into today? Did you just not give today a chance at all because you already poisoned it with yesterday's drama? Thank you. Wonderful. You woke up with Thanksgiving. So with that Thanksgiving, I'm asking you to enlarge your tent. Expand it. If you woke up with that Thanksgiving this morning, Auntie, so I'm saying activate that Thanksgiving. With that Thanksgiving, what are you going to do with that? Yes, Yolanda, I'm grateful. So what are you going to do with being grateful? How are you going to show God that you're grateful? I'm encouraging you guys to try God. I'm encouraging you to challenge God today. I'm encouraging you to enlarge your tent. Expand your expectations. Go ahead and step out on faith and do something that you have been putting off for a long time. Don't hold back anymore. Don't. Do not hold back. Don't worry about what other people have to say. Don't worry about what the outcomes are going to be. Be a witness. Trust him, even in the storm. Exactly. Don't worry about it. Be a witness in the storm and keep moving in the storm. Even if you can't run, if you're a sprinter and you're in the storm right now and you feel like you're downtrodden, as long as you are pulling yourself along the ground, that's all you need to be doing. What I'm saying is, don't come into this day with, oh boy, it's Monday. Oh, it's Monday. No, don't do that. Because then when you get that back, it's like you're surprised. Believing in great expectation. Exactly. And take it to the next step. Put a charge on God. How about, it's something you want? Go ahead and ask him for it. Believe him for it. And when you get that little nudge in your spirit or down in your heart to do something that you don't normally do it. That thing is the gateway. That's opening the door for your prayers to be answered. See, God doesn't get the credit out of us living our lives in misery. He does not get the credit out of us not living in lack in any shape or form. We may have a pocket full of money, but our relationships aren't well. We may have good relationships, but we can't pay our bills. We may have all of those things going on, but we have some type of sickness in our body that's debilitating our existence. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Exactly. So Isaiah 54 is telling us, okay, you may not have been able to conceive before. Your blessings. Good morning, Transformation Goal. I love your name. Welcome to Heart Talk. Oh, hey, you doing? How you doing, Carl? Thank you so much for coming back in this morning, Mr. Chi-Town, Windy City. Hello, Heather. How you doing? I want you to enlarge your tent. I want you to expand it at whatever the cost is. We're going to have to walk by faith. If God is telling you to do something, you go and do it. It does not matter how crazy you look. It does not matter what people have to say about you. You have to live your life on your terms. What are your expectations? Tonight on Heart Talk, we're going to be talking about expectations. Today on my Facebook and Instagram, Be Blessed Daily, and at Adelaide Brown, in the Heart Talk group link in my profile picture, we're talking about expectations. What are your expectations? See, the problem is a lot of times out loud, that small voice telling you something positive may be hard. Thank you. It's hard, but it's not impossible. Even the word impossible itself says, I'm possible. Okay, impossible, it says itself. If you break it down, it says, I'm possible. Think about it. You can write it down and look at it. Nothing is impossible. But that little thing that's hard, guess what? It's challenging you. It's challenging your mindset. It's challenging the way you were raised. It's challenging your values. It's challenging your beliefs. Sometimes to get where you want to go, you're going to have to do some things that you've never done before, okay? Sometimes to have the things you've never had, you're going to have to go to some people that, go some places you've never been before. And don't feel like, oh, people like me don't do stuff like that. And, I'm not smart enough, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. This thing said, the shame that you have of your youth shall be no more. There are a lot of things that I'm ashamed of that I was once ashamed of from my youth. A lot of the things I used to do, like I talk about, the things I used to do with getting high, the abortions that I've had. I'm not proud of those things, but guess what? The Lord tells me the shame of my youth, guess what, shall be no more. He told me to enlarge my tent. Everything you are destined to be is already you. Activated. Exactly. And that's what I'm talking about today. Your expectations. Your expectations activate the purpose that God has for your life. Thank you so much for the hearts. If y'all will feel me, go ahead and heart me up, because it's Heart Talk this morning. And share with your followers. If you are enjoying this, go ahead and let everybody else know that they can get on this on our Monday motivation, okay? So I want you to think about that. What's going on in your life? What excuse did you give yourself why you're not living to your fullest potential? I'm here to tell you it's a lie. I'm here to tell you that I'm not accepting that excuse from you, because I know that you can do better. And I'm not going to accept that excuse from you. Why? Because I'm not accepting it from myself anymore. I realize some of the self-sabotaging behavior that I have been doing, and that ended on yesterday. Today is a whole new day, because I am enlarging my tent. I'm believing God. I told God I'm tired of lack and poverty. I quit my job 6 months ago to follow the call that God put on my life. And this has been a journey. But when I tell you he has not left me, and I know he won't leave me, I know he won't leave you. I'm not perfect. I make many mistakes each and every day. But I am standing on God's word, because guess what? I'm righteous because I believe. And it's the same thing about you. Jesus didn't die for your perfection. Jesus died for your sins. Exactly. We got to be faithful. We have to understand that we serve a faithful God. And if you don't know him, you can get to know him. That's what we're talking about today. He told this woman, you were barren. See, the other people were walking around you having babies and it made you feel bad. You might have people around you. It just seems like everything works out for them. They always get a good break. Things are always working out for their good. Guess what? The same thing for you, but where are your expectations? Are you expecting good things for them and not for you? Are you expecting great things? Are you looking at others thinking, wow, I wish I could be like that? You're already better than that. Nobody can beat you at being you. Enlarge your tent. He said that you shall break forth. What does that mean? If you have a one-bedroom home and you're expecting a child, many people will say, well, let's add on. What God is saying is, why don't you go ahead and add on before you even find out in reality that you're expecting? Because I already told you in your spirit that you're expecting. Listen to the small, still voice. Listen to the small, still voice. Good morning, Christopher. You say good morning? Good morning. Listen to the small, still voice. Okay? There is a small, still voice that is telling you, go ahead and apply to school. You know, go ahead and go out on that date. You know, go ahead and step out on faith and, you know what I'm saying? Write that book. You know, submit that article. You know what? How about this? Go ahead and forgive. All right? Where are your expectations? You don't have to hold yourself hostage anymore, trying to hold someone else back. Why don't you go ahead and forgive? Let's enlarge your tent. Let's make room. See, many of us will walk around here quoting scriptures. Okay. I'm blessed and highly favored. Okay, Christopher. I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm blessed in the city and I'm blessed in the field. And they'll say all of that stuff. But when it comes down to forgiveness, they're mean and nasty. They're holding grudges against people for 15 and 20 years. How you think you're going to grow with that? That's like having poison in your life. It's like seasoning your own food with poison and then being surprised when you get sick. You know, a lot of people walking around here with high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer. It's all stress and anger and unforgiveness that's built up. So what I'm talking about this morning is enlarging your tent. Let's make room. How do we make room? We get rid of all of that strife, all of that anger, all of that frustration, all of that unforgiveness. Remember, if that person hurt you, they were hurting themselves. You cannot expect people to give to you what they don't already have. If you're asking me for $5 and all I have is $2, you can't get mad at me if I can't give you the $5. And that's the problem. We have expectations in people that we need to have in God. So he is telling us to enlarge our tent. What does that mean? Increase your expectations. Expect for things to work out for you today. Expect for your relationships to be healthy. Expect your children to go to school and have a great day. Expect for money to come your way. Expect for these things to happen. But remember, as you expect these things, there's that small, still voice you were talking about, Yolanda, that's going to be inside, kind of navigating you like the rudder to a ship, telling you which direction to go, who to talk to, who to speak to. I see you guys are feeling me. Thank you so much for the hearts. I thank you for the hearts. You have to follow that voice. See, when it was time for me to step out and quit my job, I was terrified. I was in church that Sunday before. It was actually on November the 2nd. Last week was 6 months to the day that I submitted my notice. I was terrified. I had no money saved in the bank. It was a few weeks before my birthday, my daughter's birthday, my son's birthday, and Thanksgiving and Christmas was coming. It was in November the 2nd. I didn't know what was going to happen. But I'm still here, and I'm still encouraging, and I'm still empowering, and my company is growing, and I've been blessing people's lives, and my book is being a blessing to many. And I cannot measure my success by how people respond to me. I measure my success by how God responds to me. I measure my success by how I feel at night when I go to bed and I wake up in the morning. And when people call and tell me or message me and tell me how much that message helped them or that conversation helped them look at their lives in a different light. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I wasn't willing to expand my tent, stretch out my cords. It was scary because people judge. Who you think you are? How you going to do that? You know what I tell them? Listen, I ain't worried about who you think I am. I have to focus on who God says that I am. And that's my question to you. As you come into this Monday, did you come in here thinking about who God said you were? Or are you only focusing on what people say about you? or what you think about you. Because I'm sorry to let you know, but guess what? Your opinion about yourself isn't always an accurate opinion. And your opinion about yourself drives the type of life that you're living. So you really need to keep that in mind. So I want you to think about your expectations as we go through this day. I want you to get connected with me. If you're not already in my Facebook group, Heart Talk with Adelaide and Be Blessed Daily, please click the link in my profile. I want you to get in the group. We're going to have some really good things coming up here. I'm putting together some really good things that I want us to be discussing in the group. If you have certain topics that you want me to talk about on Scope, message me and let me know. You can find me at Be Blessed Daily, Be_Blessed_Daily on Instagram. You can find me at Be Blessed Daily on Facebook. You can also find me at Adelaide Brown. I just want us to be encouraged. You can message me through my website at BeBlessedDaily.com. I really want us to be encouraged, okay? I want us to enlarge our tent. Let's not believe when we see. Let's go ahead. Let's not see then believe. Let's go ahead and believe. Be open and active. Participate. Yes. See, a lot of us sitting on the sidelines waiting for God to come do something for us. Not even on the sidelines. We are spectators at the game. We come and sit in the gym. We pay to watch other people play. And we marvel and we look at them like they're so special. But I just need to let you know that they're not as special as you. I'm going to read this poem to you guys. Equipment. I told you guys about this on Saturday. I'm going to read this poem to you guys, and then I'm going to let you go and get your Monday started off because I know God has great things in store for you.
I want to play my game.
Okay, wait a second. Let me finish talking to
my computer.
Okay, Christopher. Well, let me finish talking to my friends. Guys, you know how this is. Christopher's birthday is Saturday, so we'll see if he's going to be a big boy. I'm going to read this poem to you, and it is called Equipment. And it is by, pulling it up right now. It's by Edgar A. Guest, okay? The poem is called Equipment. I told you guys about this on Saturday, and I'm going to read this to you. And I want you to think about this. What are your expectations, okay? Think about this as I read this poem. What are your expectations? And what have you told yourself? The excuses and the lies you've told yourself why you can't achieve the dreams that you admire others achieving. I need you to know that they have the same type of blood running through their veins. They have the same type of skin that you have. It doesn't matter where you came from. It's about where you're willing to go, where you want to go, and what you're willing to do to get there. And a lot of times it's not so much about us doing. We need to be. And I'm going to tell you, I'm one. I always feel like I got to do. But see, that was my insecurity. That was me always trying to overcompensate because of how I felt about myself. See, many people won't be honest enough to admit that that's why they're doing it, but I'm a big girl. I can do that. I'm not worried about those in denial because one day they'll wake up. So I had to realize that when the things you admire in others is normally something about yourself that you haven't acknowledged. I want you to think about that. Think about all the people you admire. Why do you admire them? Mostly it's because it's things about them that remind you of you. And I thank you guys so much for all the love you show me with the hearts. I love it. So let me read this and I'm going to let you guys go. Equipment by Edgar A. Guest. All right? Now tell me what you think about this. It says, figure it out for yourself, my lad. You've all that the greatest of men have had. 2 arms, 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 eyes, and a brain to use if you would be wise. With this equipment, they all began. So start from the top and say, I can. Look them over, the wise and the great. They take their food from a common plate, and similar knives and forks they use. With similar laces they tie their shoes. The world considers them brave and smart, but you've all they had. You have all they had. Hey, Hot Fudge, how you doing? But you've all they had when they made their start. You can triumph and come to skill. You can be great if only you will. I'm going to read that again. You can triumph and come to skill. Thank you, dear. Same to you. Happy Mother's Day. Happy belated Mother's Day, but it's Mother's Day for us all the time. You can triumph and come to skill. You can be great if only you will. You are well equipped for what fight you choose. You have legs and arms and a brain to use. And the man who has risen great deeds to do, began his life with no more than you. You are the handicap you must face. You are the one who must choose your place. You must say where you want to go, how much you will study, the truth to know. God has equipped you for life, but he lets you decide what you want to be. Courage must come from the soul within. The man must furnish the will to win. So figure it out for yourself, my lad. You were born with all that the great have had. With your equipment, they all began. Get hold of yourself and say, I can. If you guys are feeling me, how about typing I can in the box? Hey, Cheryl, good morning. Type I can. If you're feeling that poem, why don't you, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to type I can because you can. Remember, you can be great if only you will. God has already, thank you, Shirley. I know that's right. God has already, thank you, Yolanda. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, we are making, these are affirmations. We are speaking this over this Monday. This is a magnificent, marvelous, motivating Monday. We don't have time for the excuses. I'm making $30,000 in 30 days. And I'm going to be honest. I haven't made much of it yet. There you go, Auntie. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning, Tayon Souptown. Welcome in the Heart Talk. Thank you so much for coming in. We're talking about your equipment. You already have everything it takes. Are you going to activate it? Are you going to activate it? Are you going to do what needs to be done? See, me, I sat around making excuses. Even after I put my notice in, I got scared, okay? My action dwindled down because I was like, I don't know what to do. And, I don't know what direction to go in. Those were excuses. That was self-sabotaging behavior and thinking because I was thinking low of myself. And where God is taking me, I don't have time for that. I have to think high, I have to speak high, and I have to take action that is high. Okay? And the same thing for you. You have the equipment. I just read the poem to you. I read Isaiah chapter 54 to you. It told you, enlarge your tent. Yes, you may have been barren. Yes, you may have been watching everyone around you shining. Yes, they all are shining, but it's time for you to shine along with them. We don't need to dim anyone else's light for our light to shine, but we need to all shine together so that we can shine in this dark world. Hey, good morning, Managed Thought. Thank you so much for coming in. Welcome to Heart Talk. That's what we have to do. There is no shadowing when we're all shining. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you, everyone.
I left all my shadow on the road.
Yes, Christopher said he left all of his shadows on the road. I want you to keep good morning, number one photos. Hello, excuses, but you keep moving through the excuses. Yes. They say good morning, Chris. And see, let me tell you, good morning, Lash Cat. How you doing? Let me tell y'all something. It's our time. It is our time. You know how I know it's our time? Because you guys are on Periscope with me this morning. You have the equipment. Somebody woke up this morning saying, man, if I had enough money, I would quit this job and do such and such and such. Guess what God is telling you? You have the money, but it's in seed form. It's in the form of the gift that's inside of you. But are you willing to nurture that gift? Huh? Are you willing to do that? Or are you going to sit on the sideline and complain about how you can't do it, how you can't do it? I heard Miles Monroe say one time, you praying to God and asking God for a chair because you're tired and you need some place to sit down. But God gave you a tree. And because your vision is so limited, you don't realize that he gave you that tree because you can make a chair and a table to eat in. Because the 23rd Psalm tells us, thou prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. The Lord has already equipped you with it. But are you going to continue to be lazy in your thought? We got to activate, like Yolanda said. We got to stop being lazy in our thinking. We have to elevate ourselves. We have to increase our awareness. We have to stop following the status quo, guys. We have to. We cannot do this anymore. Today is the last day of that. But guess what? This is stuff we're saying on the surface. And see, a lot of people will say, yeah, just get over it. But you got to go deep. And sometimes you got to get in there and clean up the default settings that are causing you to think like that. So you can say those affirmations. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you guys for coming in. See, you can say the affirmations. You can quote the scriptures. I'm blessed in the city. I'm blessed in the field. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, but you don't believe it in your heart. See, thank you so much for inviting your followers. Thank you guys. Listen, you don't believe it in your heart. Okay? You believe it in your head. You are saying this, yes, step off. God is waiting on us. Yes, Yolanda, thank you. Stop telling people you waiting on God. God been waiting on you for 15 years. Come on now, let's be for real. Let's do what we need to do. Let's stop making excuses. Let's stop hiding behind the pretty faces, the degrees. Let's stop hiding behind the titles. Let's get real with who we are so that we can be who God created us to be. We don't have time to play these games anymore. You already have the equipment. Yes, believe in Him. When you can't believe in yourself, remember that. Listen, if I was to drop dead right now and you guys could still look at me, but I would be gone. Why? Because you are not your body. There is a spirit that is activating you to do what you need to do. We've been to funerals before. I love you. We've been to funerals before. Good morning, right? We've been to funerals before. So you see the body, but that person isn't there. So why do we react to everything in reality in our lives as if it's real? Sometimes the situations we are looking at are already dead, but we're trying to put life in we're trying to beat a dead horse. The horse already died, but you still sitting on him, trying to bring him back to life. We don't have time for that. We need to move forward. Yes, we are spiritual beings. We are spiritual beings having a human Mommy, experience. Okay,
Mommy,
yes, sir.
This is my business.
This is your business? Well, tell everybody good morning.
Good morning. I'm Christopher, and I like playing and going outside. And I like going to every single house.
Okay, and tell everybody have a good day.
I don't think it.
And I say we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And see, I am getting that in His spirit now. Because as he gets older, everybody says good morning. As he gets older, he's going to need to know this. This is the default. See, we have to have something we need to go back to, and it can't be negative. Okay? When it's time for you to step out on faith, you got to know that. It's not going to always feel good. It's not going to always look good. You have to move through that. You have the equipment. Let me just read the last two stanzas. You are the handicap. The poem is called Equipment. And since we've had a few people come on, guys, I'm just going to read Equipment again, and then I'm going to get off. But I believe in my heart that you guys got on because you needed to hear this poem today in your life. You needed to hear this poem today in your life. Auntie Felicia said, good morning, Chris. I'm going to read it one more time, guys, because I just want y'all to get this. Equipment. Figure it out for yourself, my lad. You've all that the greatest of men have had. 2 arms, 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 eyes, and a brain to use if you would be wise. With this equipment they all began. So start from the top and say, I can. Look them over, the wise and the great. They take their food from a common plate, and similar knives and forks they use. With similar laces they tie their shoes. The world considers them brave and smart, but you've all they had when they made their start. You have all they had. You have everything. You have the core things. They're not better than you. I'm telling you, they're not better than you. You can triumph and come to skill. You can be great if only you will. You are well equipped for what fight you choose. You have legs and arms and a brain to use. Stop, Christopher. And the man who has risen great deeds to do began his life with no more than you. You are the handicap you must face. You are the one who must choose your place. Nobody put you there. Oh, I grew up in that neighborhood. Or you don't know what happened to me, and you don't know what they used to do to me. You are the handicap you must face. No. You are well equipped for what fight you choose. You have legs and arms and a brain to use. And the man who has risen great deeds to do began his life with no more than you. You are the handicap you must face. You are the one who must choose your place. You must say where you want to go, how much you will study the truth to know. God has equipped you for life, but He lets you decide what you want to be. Courage must come from the soul within. The man must furnish the will to win. So figure it out for yourself, my lad. You were born with all that the great have had. With your equipment they all began. Get a hold of yourself and say, I can. So some people will look at Beyonce and say, I want to be a performer, but I can't be like her. There you go. We got to get to the root of it. That's what I'm talking about, managed thought. That's what I talk about on my Heart Talks on Monday nights. That's what we have to do. We have to get to the root of it. Enough of this superficial stuff. I'm sick and tired of people, especially the believers. They're hiding behind the mask of the church and hiding behind the Bible. They don't want to heal. They don't want to be honest. They want to put perfume on funk. We don't have time for that. It makes things more stink. I'm telling you, let's be honest about how we feel. I had to do that. And with me and my mother, and my relationship and with my mother has healed so much because I had to own up to my stuff. How to get on your Heart Talk. My Heart Talk, I'll have it posted in my Heart Talk group because I have the ID number. I'll have all of that posted in the Heart Talk group, so be on the lookout for that. And you all click the link in my profile, join the Heart Talk group so you all can come on the Heart Talk tonight and listen in and see what we're talking about. We're talking about your expectations. Thank you, Lash Cat. What were your excuses? The reason for me reading that poem was to tell you your excuses are null and void. Guess what? They're not accurate. Okay? They don't work anymore. All right? We're not taking that anymore. Today is your day. When you make your affirmations, don't just make them in your head. Attach them to your heart. Attach your emotion to them. Let your imagination run with them. See how it will feel to be in that space. Imagine yourself doing the things you want to do. See yourself in that relationship. Feel how it feels to be loved how you want to be loved. If you're not willing to do it, if you don't want to increase your expectation, then you're not willing to be blessed. Then don't walk around here talking about you waiting on God. God been waiting on you. He told you to enlarge your tent. Well, I don't have money for that. Why would I make room? I'm not pregnant. Okay. Your expectation is too low. You're going to get what you're expecting, which is nothing. You want to continue to get nothing? I don't want that. I have felt sorry for myself long enough, and I'm tired of feeling sorry for myself. And that's why I'm scoping with you guys today, because y'all are tired of this too. We need to change that stinking thinking so we can change and start living victoriously. God has things for us. But if you're not going to manage the blessing the right way, you're not going to get it. See, you want God to give you the money. How do you handle money? Do you have good money management skills and techniques? And if you don't be surprised why the money isn't coming to you. You want to have a good man and be in a good relationship. How do you talk to people? How do you treat people? Are you trustworthy? Are you dependable? See, to be a friend, we must show ourselves friendly. That's what the Bible tells us. So don't be expecting things from people that you're not willing to give yourself. And don't be expecting things from God that you're not willing to give yourself. Mommy. Because God is great. But guess what? He's a gentleman. And he is not going to force himself on you. So I want you guys, with Christopher, I love y'all. I thank you so much for the hearts. Remember, #HeartScope. Anytime you see that, you know it's Addie B. It's Adelaide. Yes, sir.
Can I have a popsicle?
Yes, I'll get you popsicle. Remember, it's Adelaide. Addie B. With Be Blessed Daily. We are heart talking. We are heart checking. We are heart scoping. Because God judges us by the quality of our heart. Other people, money management, I need to get it right. Yes. And I'm working on some things because what I want to do is like how we see other people. I want to connect with other people. I have some people I'm meeting now. Want to connect with some people so that those that are connected with me, we want to heal in every area. Yes. See, when we get to the heart of things, when we really get down to the surface, we start to see why we're doing the things that we're doing. And what I found is it's usually something that happened between the ages of 0 to 10, that we came to some core belief of ourselves or the way the world is, and everything in our life has formed with that belief. So it's been distorted in some way. Right? And we got to get over that. We have to expand our expectations. We have to expand our expectations in God to heal and renew us. But what we have to do is we have to be willing. God is not going to do anything without our consent. He is not going to overtake us. Okay, guys, you got to remember that. He's not going to do that. So what we going to do? Remember your equipment. Let's maximize the equipment. Let's trust in him. So let me tell you what that looks like. So people will say, I pray about it and I gave it to God. That just drives me crazy because I can see you living in turmoil. But you're not willing to do the hard things like Yolanda had commented earlier. When you really get serious with God, you're going to be calling some people that you had a graduate for 20 years. When you really get serious with God, if you were one that always had something to say, you're going to find yourself having to be quiet. If you really get serious with God, you were the one that always wanted to be in the background, and now you finding yourself having to come front and center. Because see, when you get there you go, Heather. When you get serious with God, God gonna bring you out of your comfort zone. Why? Your comfort zone is not comfortable. It's like you sitting on a tack, but you've been sitting on that tack for so long. You have now your threshold for being able to feel it now. You don't react to it like you used to. Okay, because you become accustomed to it. Let's not be accustomed to our mess. Yes, Lord, I know. Yes, Yolanda. Yes, Yolanda. Let's not become accustomed to our mess. Let's no longer hide behind the facades of defense mechanisms like, I don't deal with people because everybody fake, or I'm independent and it's hard for me to ask people for stuff because people will do you all kind of way. It's pride. Pride goes before destruction. Do you want to be destroyed? Let's swallow that pride. Let's get over those things, y'all. Let's get over these humps. And I want to do it with you. This is what I'm doing. This is what I work with my clients with, because we get to the heart of the matter. Other people might be doing superficial things. I get people getting angry with me a lot because I'll call them out. They don't want to talk to me anymore. Well, who you think you are? Let me tell you who I know I am. I am a child of God. And I know I've been through some things, and I called out and I cried out to God and say, I can't do that anymore. And when I see you doing it, I'm not going to act stupid. Let me tell you something. People can say what they want to say, but how they say, I don't even know how to clean that one up. All I'm going to say is, people when they're doing the things you're doing or you were doing. You can't hide from someone who's doing the same things. They know how it looks, okay? They know what it seems like. And what I'm saying to you, it's time for us to overcome. It's time for us to soar. It's time for us to break through those glass ceilings. Let's stop being so politically correct. Let's stop being so perfect. Let's get real. Let's do what God is calling us to do. Let's forgive. Let's heal. Let's step out. Let's stop making excuses for us to live below our means. It's your time. It's my time. It's my time. Let's increase our expectations. That's what faith is. Believing without seeing. That's what faith is. It's time for us to do that. So I love you guys, and I can feel the love coming from y'all. I thank you for hearting it up. Don't forget to share me with your friends and your followers, and let me know more about what's going on with you. I love you too, Hot Fudge. Let me see. Let me see. I think you... Is your name on? Yeah. Is it Giselle? Hot Fudge. Is your name Giselle? Hey, Quinata. Good morning. I love you too, baby. I love you too, Heather. Okay, Giselle. Nice. Where are you coming in from? What city? What's your location? Let me tell you something. I'm in Charleston, South Carolina. Oh, yeah. You're right. We talked about this before. You're right. Sorry about that. Yes, you're in Montreal. Thank you so much. I'm coming there soon, and I'm coming to do a heart talk. I'm coming to a city near you. People need to be healed. And for everyone who tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, they don't need to be in my sessions. But the real people that need to be there, they know they do, because they know we get better. They know we heal. They know we overcome, and we do it together. Okay? It's time. It is time. So I'm going to go because I got some things I need to do. But remember, click the link in my profile. Come on and join my Facebook group. It's time for us to soar. No more excuses. If you really believing in God, let's increase our expectations, okay? And when you increase your expectations, it's up to God. He's not going to let you down. Your mother or father may have done it. That's my story. Friends may have done it. That's my story. Family may have done it. That's my story. You may have done it. That's my story. But guess what? God is never going to do it. Will you trust him? How about you trust him by increasing your expectations? I love you guys. God bless you all. Remember, you all be blessed. Be on the lookout for the Heart Talk information in the group. And I'm going to scope before I get on Heart Talk tonight for those of you who are not in the group so you can get that information as well. Trust him. You all be blessed. Remember, this is magnificent, marvelous, motivating Monday. It's your time. It's your season. Let's get it. Let's get it. It's your time. One man can change the world. One woman can change the world. One thought can change the world. You already have the equipment. Let's say, I can, I can, I can, I can. I love you guys. Have a great day. Yes, ma'am. I had to do it. I had to do it. I had to do it. I can. I can. I love you too. I love you too. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I had to get on here this morning, because I wanted to pump y'all up. I'm pumped up. Let's go make this money. Let's go love our family. Let's go take over. Let's go make Mondays days we look forward to instead of days that we're dreading. So I love you guys, and I'll talk with y'all later. And don't forget to share it up. Addie be blessed. Let people know about all of this goodness you getting. Let's share it with the world. I love y'all. Have a good day. Be blessed. Be blessed.